Hi, everyone. Welcome to If My Mama Knew podcast. For those of you returning, welcome back. For those of you that are new, don't forget to check out our other episodes. I'm Minnie. Here's Cece.
Hey.
Here's Gigi
Hi.
and Cookie.
Hi.
And today's topic is sex in public places. All right, so this is a good topic to talk about today because I know all of us here have done it in at least one public place. I've actually done it quite a couple places, and I know you girls give me help for this. But I would say the most interesting place I've ever done it would be behind a church. I am sorry for offending anyone, but yeah, I asked the dude to take us to a random place, and it happened to be behind there, and I didn't realize until after it happened. Yeah, Gigi?
¿Qué clase de demonio se te entró a ti while you were having sex behind a church? Listen, I kissed at a church and I felt dirty and I don't know what else, and I was supposed to be doing my first communion and I was making out behind I don't know where. Pero doing the nasty behind a church, que clase de girl, I don't even know what to tell you. Oh my gosh, what the hell? Like what was going through your mind? Did you want the Holy Spirit to come into your vagina too when you were trying to have sex? Girl, get out of here with that behind the church. I'm about to go wash you with agua bendita, sucia.
In my defense, I didn't realize we were doing it behind a church until after it had happened. Okay. So he drives us to this place, and all I see is a beautiful little pond in the back. I'm like, oh, this is cute, whatever. And then, mind you, we're like really young adults. We didn't have any place to go. So we ended up just doing it in the car. But it's not until after we're driving away that I noticed that it's a church. So in my defense, I didn't know until afterward.
Have you happened to ask him why he chose that spot specifically? Out of all the places he could have gone, just that spot.
Oh, because all our other spots were taken.
Where the fuck would you go with this nigga? Like, oh, all our other spots were taken. Like, shit, did y'all not have a bed to fuck? Like, what is this? All our other spots. Like, how many spots did you have, Cortina? And I love how she starts it with, oh, I've had sex in so many public places, but let me pick one. Because at the end of the day, like, y'all don't even know everything. Y'all just need to know the one where the devil came inside me and I started listening to that devilish music instead of having sex. Like, I can't. Like, right now, I feel like going to church for you and praying for your ass. And I'm not a church person. I really am not. But ooh, girl, you too much. You too much. I can't. I really can't.
Well, we had different spots. And like I said, we were really young and we were both living with our guardian. So it's not like we could go home. And really, we were broke at the time. So we couldn't go to a hotel or anything. So yeah, so we had different places. Yes, Cookie.
So my question is, okay, so you know the fact that later on when you're done doing the nasty, you're like, oh, it's a church. Like, how did you feel? Like, did you feel any type of way of like, oh man, am I gonna go somewhere I'm not supposed to, you know?
Like I freaked out for a moment. I was like, what? Where are we? Um, at the end of the day, I know I'm going to hell. I've done too much shit. So it's just like that's another thing to add to the list. So there I'll be in hell. What can I do about it?
Ella va a llegar a las puertas de allá, right? When she dies. And she gonna go in that little elevator. Because I'm thinking of that movie. I don't know what the hell it's called. But hell takes you to an elevator. So she gonna go in that elevator. And she gonna stand behind in front of God or whatever being you believe in. And that nigga's gonna be like, tell me the worst thing you did in your life. And I'll let you know if you're going to heaven or hell. This bitch gonna say, listen, Papi Jesus. Papi Jesus. That's what we gonna call him, Papi Jesus. Listen, Papi Jesus. So without me knowing, I had sex behind your house, your holy worship house. Without me knowing though, so I was innocent. Papi Jesus gonna look at her and be like, mira, hija de la gran puta, vete al infierno, que Dios te bendiga y te reprenda, no, de donde estás, saquen esos demonios y pa' abajo en el elevador va a ir Meni por andarte sucia. Girl, like, what were you, girl? Like, even then, like, if I would have found out I would have had sex behind a church, I would have prayed. I wouldn't give a fuck. I'll be like, Dios, perdóname, Dios. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. Me picaba. I wanted sex and I couldn't. Oh, girl. Like, and you're just like, oh, whatever. I'm going to hell. Hell no, girl. My mom will beat my ass. My mom, oh my God, no, I can't for you. I really can't. I'll be praying for you. I don't pray, but I'll be praying for you. Just for you. Cortina.
Well, that's why my mom doesn't know about it. If she only knew.
The fact that you said that actually is funny because I feel like we're all gonna end up there with all the things that we've been through. We've been through so much for us to like not agree with you that, oh yeah, we're gonna enter the same gate you did. So in the end of the day, feel no shame.
No shame whatsoever. I mean, it is what it is. I can't take it back now. So it is what it is.
All right, so mine isn't as bad as that. Like, I'm not a public place person, I think. I think it has to be like in the spur of the moment, or I gotta be really drunk and I'm just like, fuck it, man. By the time I get home, I just want it now type shit. But I think like the most public place I've ever had sex in would be the park. You know that, I'm not gonna say the name because if you live in Miami, y'all know about that park. But that park, for those of you that do not live over here, is a 24-hour park, doesn't close. It's really dark, really secluded. It's by the bay. It's really nice. And so I was with my ex. I think we had just had a date or something. I don't know what the hell we were doing. And we were walking by, and out of nowhere there was this nice little tree, nice little shade, and then honestly, I don't know if it was the moon, I don't know if it was the stars, I don't know if it was my vagina, I don't know what the hell it was, but out of nowhere, 1 minute, and I don't think I was drunk. I might have been a little tipsy, but I wasn't drunk. I don't know what the hell happened, but whatever. It was like 4 a.m. That park was completely empty, or at least I hope it was empty. If not, someone saw my kuka in the middle of the park. And there was a little nice bench next to a tree, and all I remember is grabbing the bench, and then we went at it. There was some freaking weird dog noises going on by the side. We didn't give a fuck. I thought my punani was gonna get eaten by a coyote, but it was all good. At the end of the day, it was a very interesting experience. I feel like the thrill of knowing I might be caught at any time was like, holy shit, I don't want anyone seeing my guga. But at the same time, I was like, I don't want this to stop either. So obviously, I didn't go all the way out, like going behind the church and letting the holy demons go into my vagina. I just did it at a park. Thank God it was like 4 a.m. and hopefully no kids got traumatized by me and my punani and all that other stuff. But at the end of the day, like, I feel like that's the most public place that I would say would have been embarrassing if I would have gotten caught. Because I mean, I've done it in the beach, like in the water and stuff, and like it's not really that easy to get caught having sex in the water. At least that's what I think. I don't know what you girls think, but like I said, I think the worst place that I would have probably like traumatized a kid would have been that part. But it was like 4 a.m. So hopefully the coyotes were actually coyotes and weren't kids trying to like see my punani. But what do you think, Minnie?
Okay, so this is the funny thing is because you actually go to a very open place, and I'm here like hiding behind the place and making sure like there's no one around. Like, yeah, I understand it was like really early in the morning, late at night, but like I would be terrified of doing that. And so that's why I hid behind a building. Just I didn't know it was a church, in my defense. But going to the beach, yeah, the beach is fun. That's all I'm gonna say.
The only problem with the beach is that you gotta get sand out of your ass for a while. Like if you're doing it, that's the only thing I hate about the beach. Like no matter how much, even if you have a little toallita or Cece's little weird ass white people blanket that you put sand and it doesn't move. Like no matter what, you always gonna get sand in your ass. No matter what position you're in, no matter what. That's the only thing I don't like about the beach. Well, at least when you're by the sand, but when you're by the water, it's a little bit different. But I don't know, bro. Like honestly, like what do you think, Cookie?
Honestly, I think doing it at the beach is a lot more noticeable than anything else. I just feel like people just ignore it, you know? Because at the fact that you did it at the park at 4 a.m, okay, there's no chance of you getting caught unless somebody was working out at that time. Like, honestly, like literally working out, one of those like addict ass people who are down to wake up 4 o'clock in the morning, run and jog around. I can't do that, but that's the only way you would have gotten caught, honestly.
I mean, I'm kind of like, I know how to keep it in, if that makes any sense. Like, I know how to, like, when I can, like, do my little, grunts and stuff when I'm fucking, and I know when I can't. So I felt like in the park, I was, like, shitting bricks because obviously, like, I'm not saying I was a goody two-shoes, but I don't want to get caught.
I mean, the park, that's something I wouldn't do, but the beach is different. Like you guys said, mine was at the beach, and it wasn't like layout out front, but it was kind of like in the back because the beach had building, so it was kind of hidden. But I don't know how you did that. And the other one too, I can't do anything at church, man. I go to a church just to see, just to look, and then go out, leave. Even the buildings. I just can't. I can't imagine. I'll feel like shit, bro.
I did not know it was our church. It was dark as hell. I wasn't paying attention. I was just focusing on the pond in the back. I did not know.
You don't look home, girl. I would have been staring around. Like, what's the building? Have you come here? Like, just in generalizing, asking questions.
I had too much trust in that boy. So, no.
The bitch get asking questions. When you going to get the D, you don't ask no questions. What building we going to? Is it a beautiful scenery? If you want the D, you want the D. Yo no sé que tú vas a coger and you go ask questions. Oh, are we going to be next to the lake or next to the pond? Are we going to be in a regular bed or the water bed? No jodas, Cece. ¿Qué clase de interrogatorio es eso? When you want the D, you get the D. Puede ser en un carro, en una hamaca, en una plancha. I don't give a fuck where it is, nigga. You want the D, you want the D. Girl, get out of here. Give up. I'm
Yeah, but
100 questions.
you don't want to get caught either. So there's certain things that you always look for. Don't go to a school. Don't go to like public areas like the churches, the buildings that they might check. If by any chance security passed by or something, they could have been screwed.
Bro, if there was security at a church at like midnight, that would be creepy to me. Just saying.
It's not even that. It's that the most of the time when we do it in public is that the only thing we're worried about is like, are we gonna get caught? Like that's most of all of our questions. Like it doesn't matter what location you pick. Our main question is there anyone near us? That's the question. Is anyone near us? And that's where we all get like that thrill of like, oh, we're doing it. But at the same time, I'm cautious just in case I have to put my clothes on so they don't see my punani, so they don't see my breasts, so they don't see nothing, none of my goodies. That's what happens there.
Oh my God, yes, girl, I agree with you 100%. I feel like the thrill just makes it even more exciting. Like, shit, man, I'm gonna get arrested for showing my punani in public, even though I didn't want to, but I wanted to at the same time. Like, oh my God, I can't. Like, I promise you, when I was at that park, there was like these little dogs howling. I don't know what they were doing. The whole time I was like, bro, shit, a dog's gonna come bite my vagina. That's it. Prenderte pendeja. Why didn't I just go find somewhere else to fuck? Cojones. I'm like, what if someone comes? Because that park actually does have nighttime security, but the security's always sleeping. So I was like, shit, bro. Like, ya me van a ver desnuda.
So I have a very interesting question for all of y'all. Have you guys ever been on the brink of getting caught? Because I know there was one time where I was in a car and, getting it on, and all of a sudden I see police lights flashing by the car, and I freaked out. Like, you have no idea how badly I freaked out. We didn't get caught, but I just want to know, have you guys ever been on the brink of getting caught?
In that situation, I will have to say yes. At the fact that I went to one of the ex that I used to date. We used to do it in a van that he had in front of his house. It was like it wouldn't move or nothing because the tires were like popped and whatever you want to call it. So we will do it there, and then we will hear voices, and it's his dad coming in, like outside, walking by the van, and we're like, me and him are like still, and we're like, oh, let's hold this, like, oh, we can't do any noise, we can't move. The next thing we know is like he's looking around in the van, and we're like, oh my God, we're gonna get caught, we're gonna get caught. But he was only looking at the front, and I was like, whew, that was a close one. Never again. This van is never gonna happen. We're not gonna do this no more. So yeah, that is a very terrifying feeling, but also exciting. It's weird. I'm a weird person. Don't look at me.
Thank God I haven't. If not, that would have been the end of it for me. Like just in general, I wouldn't be able to. I haven't had any like see-through like people coming in or like anything, and mostly cards or things like that. I guess the spots I've picked or my ex will pick, they were really hidden.
I can't remember. I feel like every time I did it in a public place, I was drunk. But I don't think I was ever close to getting caught in that sense. I don't think so. Not that I remember. I don't remember any police lights. I don't remember anything. And honestly, like, that's weird because I was all over the place. I remember I used to do it. I used to do it at beaches. I used to do it at parks. I used to do it at this little, what was that place called? Oh my God, I don't know. They tore it down. It was almost like a Blockbuster type thing over there by the Kmart. I used to do it everywhere, but like honestly, I don't ever think I was close to getting caught, at least from what I remember from my drunken days. But like I feel like if I would have gotten caught, hubiera cagado. I feel like my mom would have like, first of all, she would like smack the shit out of me. Then she would like, I don't know what she would have done. She would probably send me to a nunnery, make me bathe in holy water, tell me to rezar los whatever things that they make you rezar when you have to go confess in church. So I'm honestly glad I never got caught in that sense. And like my experiences weren't publicly almost getting caught. My experiences were almost getting caught by my mama doing things that I wasn't supposed to do. I guess if anything, I would say my laundry room. By my house, there was a laundry room like right next door that all my neighbors share. And I kind of like locked the door and was fucking in there. And then my mama came early. And so I had to like kind of like do this whole thing. But aside from that, I think that's the closest I got to ever getting caught. But I like that question, Minnie. Very intriguing. Made me think. Made me remember the times I wasn't drunk.
All right, so now I have another question. Since we have plenty of experience of doing it in public places, and I know for me, or me and Cookie, almost getting caught, what would you girls say to anyone who's doing it in public places?
Pick your places wisely. Think about, first of all, what type of experience you want to have. Think about the risks of having that experience and how likely you'd get caught. And then think about what would happen if you do get caught. If your mama will beat your ass. If you're cheating on your boyfriend will beat your ass. Like, you gotta think about the situation and think about what the hell, is it really worth the risk? First of all. Second of all, I mean, honestly, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, it's worth the risk. Do I agree that I could have done it at a safer place? Hell yes. Did I love the thrill? Hell yes. Do I regret it? Hell no. I promise you, those are the things you will never forget in your life when you've done it at a public place. Because you thinking, holy shit, me van a ver todo, they're gonna grab my punani, I'm gonna get arrested, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get that. Like, it's a thrill, but at the same time, like, shit. Like, honestly, I enjoyed it. And that's one of the things I don't forget from having sex, is the places that I probably shouldn't have had sex in, but I did. So honestly, my advice would be, think about where you're gonna do it and how much of a chance you have of getting caught. And if you get caught, what are the consequences of getting caught? That's what I would say.
I think I agree with you 100%. You also got to pick up the correct partner too if you're going to do it in a public place, just in generalizing it. Because, you know, if you have someone that you're comfortable with and, you know, if anything happened, they're going to be by your side, even though you can get in trouble or, you know, legal problems or anything, just choose wisely your partner on that aspect too.
Also, at the fact that you brought that up, I believe Gigi and Cece are very correct about those two topics, and they're really wise about that. So always look carefully of your location, make sure there's no one there, make sure you won't get in trouble. And like I said, like Cece said, pick the right partner too.
All right, now what is your favorite public place to have sex in? I want to hear yours. Yours. I can't talk to shit. I want to hear what's your favorite place, public place to have sex in. What brought you the best thrill? What stayed in your mind, the best memory? I want to hear it from y'all. Who wants to start? See y'all thinking, pondering, all the little nasties y'all did in all different places. Cochinas, sucias. Go, Cookie.
I was going to tell you guys anyways on this. My favorite part was the bus. Probably you guys don't know this, but I used to do it on the bus a lot. At the fact that I was with a guy. Yeah, Cece.
How the fuck you did it at a bus? Like, there's so many people there. I can't like comprehend that part.
Okay, so you guys know, we're from Miami, so you guys know where Kmart is, right? I'm not gonna put direction or nothing like that, but you guys know where it is, right? So Kmart has a back of the Kmart, like not Kmart, but like more like Party City section in the corner. So they have behind that building, they have public buses, school buses, and there are a bunch of them empty with nobody in there. So we randomly just got one bus and we opened the door and we did the nasty. So we used to go there a lot because there was multiple buses. So we could pick whatever buses there is.
Girl, let me tell you something. You imagine poor Billy getting into his bus. Miss, there's some white stuff on my butt. There's some white stuff on my seat. You imagine that? That poor kid telling me the miss or the bus driver, whatever her name is, the miss, there's some white stuff on my seat. Oh my God, girl. Like, first of all, the moment you said Kmart, I was like, crap, she went to that video place I used to go to too. But no, I'm telling you, I think that Kmart is a dirty place. Cojones. Like, I was thinking about some place I went to go have public sex there, and she's talking about another place used to have public sex there. Like, holy shit, that Kmart is sucio. It perverts sucia minds. But first, Cookie, like, oh my God, girl, like, I really hope those buses do not get driven by anyone, because at the end of the day, you imagine a little boy getting onto his bus and walks out, sits on a bunch of little white stuff over there. Ay, Dios mío, no puedo. Oh my God.
But the thing here is, like, they were, well, I don't know if the buses are still there or not, if they still park there, because remember, buses now need to find a place, so they have to pay to leave their bus there because their house is not as big. So I don't know, maybe a little child or a student, I don't know, I don't know, I was in high school, so I don't know, I don't care. It just happened. Honestly, for me, public places are something that excite me. I can't have it as a regular bedroom. I like to do it in public places. It's something that entertains me in that certain way. Not everybody has that. I like having adrenaline rush and everything in my soul. So I enjoy that. So in the end of the day, those public buses, I feel bad for whoever had to sit on the places that we did it at. I just know that we didn't get caught. We made sure 100% there was no one and nobody checking the buses, and there wasn't. And we made sure the owner of the bus didn't come at us. That's one thing that we had to make sure, because we didn't want to get caught. Imagine doing it in somebody else's transportation. We were getting like in situations that we shouldn't be.
Bitch, did you just call the bus a transportation? I know you did not just call it a transportation.
Well, I tried to say it, but I got nervous. Transportation. Sorry. I know Mini's looking at me. I'm like, this woman did not know how to pronounce that. Like, what am I going to do with her? She needs to get stabbed.
I was like, transportation. She does not just call a school bus a transportation.
Transportation. Oh, there you go. You can use that now.
Ay, Dios mío. Cookie, ¿qué vamos a hacer contigo? No puedo.
You know, she's just looking at us and she's gonna kill us.
I know, and she's like, what does pendeja say? And I just couldn't stay quiet. I was like, she did not just call it a transportation. Okay, I'm ready. Ooh, back in the zone. Where the hell were we? All right. Okay, Minnie, I want you to tell me, what's your favorite public public place, whatever.
See, this is a hard one. It honestly is. I know you said you hated it, but I honestly did enjoy the beach a lot. I mean, my favorite memory was we started off in the sand, and then we took it to the water, and then it started pouring rain on us while we were in the water. So we quickly got out of the water, got dressed, and then we ended up kind of doing it in the pouring rain. So that's a very fun memory for me. But that's just my story.
Oye, ¿qué clase de fetiches de sucia eres vos? You violated the hell out of that beach. Like, I don't know how crab didn't freaking crawl up your punani if you started in the sand and went to the water, then yeah. Oye, y'all better watch out. Everyone thinks Minnie's all innocent, but that girl is rabiosa, como dice Shakira. I think that's the person who sings that song. I don't even remember anymore. All right, Cece, what's your favorite public place to have sex?
Honestly, I will have to agree with Minnie. I guess the beach. But mine's, like I said, it was a little bit hidden because it was we found this spot I guess you guys remember the beach we go to, like a nighttime Hollywood beach. So I was there with him, and then we decided to, like, take a walk just to sightsee, just to see where we could do it, because we didn't, like, it was crowded, so we didn't want it to be, like, too public. We found this like laundry room that was behind, like, some buildings, and it was just open, and I mean, people were doing laundry there, but when the washers kind of move. Look at Gigi looking at, okay, so the washer was working, so whatever, I remember that day fondly, I guess you could say that the washer was moving and everything, and you doing your thing, it kind of works out. What are you thinking, Gigi?
Girl, I heard dryers or washers, one of them mother frickers are great vibrators when you're having sex. I would like to test that theory, but whatever.
Either
So-
one, as long as it shakes.
Listen to esta sucia. Oh, it's because she's rich. She's able to afford having a washer and dryer in her house. We don't have that type of luxuries. We'd have to go to a laundromat to experiment on this. But whatever, like me, because I'm so inexperienced in having sex in public places, I would say that, like, honestly, I think the park was way better. My favorite spot, just because, one, like I said, the beach, you get too much sand in places you should not have sand in. And two, I don't know, I feel like it's more of a thrill. I mean, the beach is dark as fuck, no one can see you. That little park has like lights every corner. So I don't know, maybe I am on one of those porn sites, weird girls having sex. I mean, girl and guy having sex in the park or whatever, but who knows, right? At the end of the day, I feel like having sex in public places is an experience that every single couple or whatever relationship should experience. What do you guys think?
I think at least once or twice in your lifetime, you gotta try it just to see what's the hype about it. And if you like it, you continue. I mean, not everybody is into it. So, yeah.
Honestly, at the fact that I am older now, I still would like to do it in public places, but that's all depending on your partner and your relationship at the moment. Not everyone is into the public place, just like you said, Cece. Just like how my partner is not into the public place, me and him about to fight about that either ways. We're gonna figure this out. But I don't know. What is your thought, Gigi and Mini?
That's right, girl. You lay down the law. You tell your relationship he need to get it together and pull the pants down in the middle of the beach. Well, not maybe in the light, in the dark when no one's there at the beach or in a park or on a bus. Who knows? Maybe you can find those buses back in Kmart again and go experiment a little longer. But at the end of the day, like, I feel like every relationship should do that. Honestly, right now I'm trying to think if I've done it with my husband. If not, we're gonna have a little conversation after this recording too. Cause it's gotta happen. It's gotta happen. What you think, Minnie?
Okay, now that I've grown up a little bit, I honestly am terrified of doing it in a public place. Like, honestly, I think the only reason I used to is because we didn't have any other place to do it. And like, we gradually got out of that when we were able to afford going to a hotel, or we were able to manage having the house to ourselves. So yeah, public places for me is out the door. Yeah.
My problem here is that, you know how, I guess it's different for me because in high school, I was able to find like motels and hotels and all of that. Like the guys couldn't afford it. But now that I think about it now, I'm more of like, I don't want to go to a hotel or a motel. I'm gonna feel a little dirty. I don't know if I can explain myself. I feel like more like I'm being used to go to a hotel or a motel for some reason. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Yeah, Cece.
I mean, I guess you're right, because we've grown and everybody has their lives together at some point. But yeah, I mean, when we were younger as a teenager, we really didn't care as much. For me, at least, we always had my house or his house. So it was random, like spur of the moment, like Gigi said, that we would do it out of like in public places. Sometimes it'll be a car, but it will be tipsy or drunk because we were out or whatever. Or the day at the beach, we just, let's go see if we could find a place, but not too public, you get me? But yeah, it's like teenagers, you're more open to do things that you're not supposed to for the thrill of it.
I need to go back to Cookie. Cookie, I know your ass did not just say that you'd rather have sex in a dirty old bus, but if they take you to a hotel, you feel cheap. Girl, you damn right I don't understand what the fuck you're trying to say. What the hell? Oh no, I'd rather have it in a dirty old bus in the back of a Kmart than you take me to a hotel and us having a good time. No, girl, no entiendo. No comprende, como dicen, no comprende.
It's not even that. Like, I wouldn't want to do it in a bus or at the park anymore or at the beach anymore. Well, maybe the beach. Just maybe the beach, you know, because you got a blanket and you can do it there. But I don't mind doing it in a car. You get me? That'll be okay, a car. Yeah, you know, it's our car. We can do something in our car. You get me? But I guess with the fact that back in the days, to take a girl to a hotel or motel were considered like, you know, a hoe, you know? And then there's like the guys just doing that. But I wouldn't want to do it anymore at a hotel or motel.
Okay, so I have an issue with that. Okay, kind of along the lines with like Gigi. Okay, I need proper space to do my things. Okay, so I'm sorry, but in a car it doesn't work. A beach, sand gets everywhere. So I need a proper place, do my thing without being worried about getting caught. So that's just my thing. And as far as being labeled easy, girl, people have needs. People need to do what they gotta do.
You damn right you need your freaking space. Reminds me of prom night, man. I'm not even gonna go into details of that freaking night, bro. But Jesus Christ, I think that hotel was under my name or under my credit card, and this bitch has slammed into a wall, slammed into this, slammed into that, knocked that down. So you damn right you need your space, mini girl. Acting all innocent and stuff, huh? Yeah, stop playing with me. But you're right though. You're right though. Like me personally, whatever we do, people gonna talk. So if you want to take me to a nice hotel room instead of us fucking in the car, let's do it. At the end of the day, y'all don't pay my bills, so I don't give a fuck, right? So I do agree with you, Minnie, in that sense. And I know you need your space because you be doing some type of exorcism type shit every time you're in bed, but I ain't gonna say anything else because at the end of the day, we know you fuck behind the church. So of course you got them demons in you, cochina. Don't play with me, Minnie. All right, so at the end of the day, we all know we like having sex in public places. We'd probably do it again if we could, and some of us are probably still doing it. But what would you tell someone who is thinking about doing it and hasn't done it yet?
Very important. Choose your partner wisely because you don't want someone to leave you hanging while you get in trouble and they just run away. So get someone with a little bit of knowledge because I know I was freaking out when we almost got caught and my dude was like, relax, everything's gonna be fine. And so his calm demeanor like ensured that we didn't get caught and we were fine. So number one, choose your partner wisely. Number two, do not do it in a place where you're gonna like there's a 90% chance that you're gonna get caught. And if you're too scared, that's okay. Don't do it. Do not do it under peer pressure. Do not give in to pressure to your partner at all. Okay. At the end of the day, you have to make sure that you're happy and you're comfortable doing it. That's just my 2 cents.
Anyone else got some advice for a newbie who's thinking about doing it, Cookie?
Not really. The fact that I agree with everything that Mini had to say, honestly. Everything she said is correct. You want to get it with somebody that you trust and don't get into peer pressure. And then later, yeah, everything that Mini said was correct.
Cece, you got any 2 cents into this?
I mean, just make sure you're gonna enjoy it. Don't do it out of just, because you want to do it, to make the other person happy. It's an experience at the end of the day that we've said you're gonna remember for the rest of your life, even in your 50s, 30s, whatever. Just make sure the experience is worth it. And yeah, just make sure your partner is gonna be there at the end of the day if anything happens.
All right, ladies. I think we went into this topic far enough. I got your obvious sexual opinion that y'all agree in having sex in public places and your nasty experiences. One in a church, well, behind the church, the other one in a magic school bus for kids, y la otra ahí también que no se esconde. So I think Cookie's gonna end this for us today before I cut her off like last time. So Cookie.
Thank you everyone for joining us on this episode of If My Mama Knew. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. You can stream our podcast on Spotify, Amazon Music, Google, and YouTube. I'm Cookie signing off. This is Cece.
Bye.
This is Gigi.
Bye.
And Mimi.
Bye, guys.